Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show where we love Seattle Pro Sports. I'm your host, Mikey, and today we are bringing you another Seattle Seahawks 7 round mock draft. But this one's going to be very different. I've had a long day, I'm exhausted, I don't want to have to think too much. But there is a thought process out there in the draft where you don't draft for need, you just take the best player available because you want the most talent on your team. If you have the most talent on your team, you just get the coaches to put them in the right position, and it'll work itself out. So, with that hypothetical thought, that's what we're going to do at each pick. Whoever is the best player available, that is who we are going to take, according to the board. Okay, so not what my thought is. Maybe one player I might actually like better than another. According to this simulator's rankings, whoever the best player is available, that's who I'm taking at the pick. Let's get it started. We'll see at the end of this thing if it's something that actually works out for the Seahawks and if it's something that we like. With the first pick, at pick 16, JJ McCarthy is still available there. So there we go. JJ McCarthy is our guy. He's our quarterback of the future. That's what we're saying in this draft. The best player was the quarterback. We're taking him, and we're going to develop him into being the quarterback of our future. And luckily for us, because we still have linebackers needs at this point, we don't know what it'll really be by the time the actual draft happens. But in this one, a linebacker that I actually happen to really like as well, Cedric Gray, is the best player available on the board. So that's who we're taking. We get Cedric Gray as our linebacker. And then, oh my goodness, are you serious? We're talking about Xavier Legette is the best player still on the board according to rankings. We just missed out by one player getting Junior Colson, and that would have really filled our linebacker room up and filled that need. But we're just going by the board here, and we're just taking best player available in this hypothetical scenario. So we're taking Xavier Legette. My goodness, think of our receiver room. You have DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, JSN, Xavier Legette. My goodness. I guess in this situation, the Seahawks would be saying, okay, Tyler Lockett, yeah, he's sticking around for one more year, but he's going to be out the door soon. So we're getting our next guy. And then think about that going in the future. You have DK Metcalf and Xavier Legette, two like big receivers with like exceptional speed, running either slants on the field, streaks down the field, posts down the field, and then you have somebody like a JSN going in motion all over the field, and running whatever route you need him to run. That would just be a three-headed monster at receiver. Like, you would always want to have formations where you're having three receivers on the field, because you're talking about having three very legit receivers on your roster at that point. And that's what the scenario we're playing now. So that's what we're taking. Xavier Legette, still available in this mock. That's what we're taking. Okay, our next pick here is going to be at 118. And my goodness, how lucky did we get here? So we didn't get Junior Colson, but Trevin Wallace fell all the way to pick 118 for us. So we fill that need. Lucky us. Lucky us. Then our next pick isn't going to be till 152. And okay, all right. Wow. What's going on in this mock? McKinley Jackson falling all the way down to 152 here for us. Defensive tackle, big guy. He's, what do they list him at here? Yeah, 6'1", 326. He's the guy who can, he can play the nose tackle for you. So There you go. We brought back Leonard Williams, but again, you're going to get McKinley Jackson in there sometimes as well. Good depth and rotational piece there. There you go. And then our next pick is coming up at 192, and Curtis Jacobs, linebacker out of Penn State, fell to us. Okay, so now we have filled out that linebacker room, and we are, happy with that. And then our next and last pick is down at 235, and with that one, thank goodness, I thought something that I was really not going to like was going to happen there. Luckily, it didn't. This one still, it's not like ideal because we've signed a couple of tight ends. Now we re-signed Noah Fant, and we went out and got Farrell Brown. But now, getting some more depth. So we're getting Brevin Spanford, tight end out of Minnesota. And that's going to be our last pick. So let's run the rest of the mock here and then see how this played out again. Okay, so in this again, hypothetical mock draft where I put no thought into it at all. I just took whoever the best player was on the board just to see how it played out in this particular instance. And in this one, we got JJ McCarthy. Again, there's 6 quarterbacks that I really love. And JJ McCarthy in this one, before the start of the college season, I probably would have ranked him 5th on that list. And now I might have him, I might actually even have him 2nd on my list at this point. I keep going back and forth. Do I really have him ranked 2nd, or do I have him ranked 3rd? Somewhere in there, though. Like, that's how much more after the season, and then going back and watching tape, and not just this season, but just go back and watch tape on throughout his entire career and how he's always done what he's needed to do in clutch situations, and how he seems to have the brain to play the position. He's got the confidence to play the position. He's got the leadership. It just seems like he's got everything you would want in a quarterback. And then all the throwing ability and athleticism is there as well, of course. So I think he would be an excellent choice. And if he just fell to you at 16, then yeah, take him. And then one of my favorite linebackers in this draft just happened to fall to us at 78, Cedric Gray. So that worked out. And then, surprise pick, because it is not a need at all, but it was just the best player available. Xavier Legette was there. So again, just imagine that wide receiver room. And then again, once Tyler Lockett retires, you're talking about having 3 receivers all over 6 feet, all with good speed. 2 of them, like Legette and DK Metcalf, having that blazing streaking speed down the field, and then JSN having that shifty sneaky speed all over the middle of the field. Oh my goodness, what a receiver room you would have at that point. And then obviously in year 1 here, then including Tyler Lockett, then yeah, you're talking about how often can you get 4 receivers on the field? But then we went pick 118. My goodness, can you believe it? Trevin Wallace fell to us at 118 in this particular instance, in this mock. That was cool for us. Again, now you're filling out Cedric Gray, Trevin Wallace. You're getting guys that are going to be competing for those starting linebacker spots. McKinley Jackson fell to us at 152. So now you're talking about a guy who can play legit nose tackle for you and eat up the middle of that line. Hey, that's great for us. And then Curtis Jacobs, competing for a linebacker spot and probably going to end up being a depth piece. And then Brevin Spanford, he can be your, again, another depth piece as well, since we've already got a couple of tight ends that I expect are going to be better than Brevin at this point already, anyways. So there you go. Again, give me your grade on this draft. If the Seahawks just took the best player available and this was how it played out, would you be happy with this one? A, B, C, D, F. Let me know. Remember, don't attack me. I'm just playing out the scenario. It's just for fun, and we wanted to see what happened in this one instance. And in this instance, I'm actually pretty happy with what we got. But let me know what you think. All right, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell, leave those comments. And then if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please hit subscribe, hit follow, leave a 5-star rating and a written review, because that all helps the show grow. Okay. And thank you again for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with the sea of sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.